Here's the whole point about blackouts. You don't think it could happen to you? You better think again.
I remember just thinking I'm pretty close to the surface, I better kick pretty hard, and then I just remember dreaming after I started kicking.
Kicking up to the surface, and I think somewhere between 5-10 seconds, and last thing I remember.
Over, and then Mike was like face down in the water, limp, just not moving. So then I knew he blacked out.
So what did you do then?
I swam over to him, I took his mask off his face and kind of like propped him up out of the water just so he'd be able to breathe. And then like, I heard him gargling and everything, so it was almost like a Heimlich I did and water came out. I did that like about 2 times and then he finally regained consciousness.
Mike, what? Dude,
it was like he woke up from a dream.
out,
He was like,
into the water with no equipment, just a powerful set of lungs and a lot of risk. ABC's Matt Gutman on what happened in the extreme sport where he pushed his body to do more.
Nick Mavoli had reached the pinnacle of freediving by plumbing the depths, becoming the first American to break the 100-meter mark 328 feet down on a single gulp of air.
Into being in the water, that was where I really shined.
And on Sunday at the idyllic Dean's Hole in the Bahamas, he was attempting another record, over 230 feet, deeper than the Statue of Liberty is tall, this time without fins. And as he'd done so many times in the past, this human fish tipped forward, elegant strokes like these propelling him past the 200-foot mark. Officials monitoring him with sonar say he seemed to hit trouble at 223 feet and seemed to turn back. But instead, he dove down again into the darkness to reach his goal of 236 feet. After 3.5 minutes, this photo shows him reach the surface, the distress evident. Seconds later, he lost consciousness and would never regain it. While increasingly popular, it's also considered one of the deadliest extreme sports. Divers often have to be helped to the surface and revived. I got to try it in the Cayman Islands, first learning to hold my breath. See my body heaving? Those are convulsions, my body demanding to breathe. The divers learn to ignore the pain.
5 minutes on the dot.
Great job.
That's at the surface. Diving to depths squeezes your lungs. At 300 feet, your lungs go from the size of a football to the size of a tennis ball. And Mavoli knew that at those depths, any mishap would be fatal.
Never take a dive for granted. You don't know what dive is going to be your last.
Matt Gutman, ABC News, Miami.